Hey guys, this is Shane and welcome to my Curator of the Lost channel. Today, let's just go over finds that I found in the last week or so, stuff that I'm about to list, that I need to list. So lots of paperbacks stuff and some hardbacks, some really cool finds. So, hey, I appreciate the view. Look forward to your comments and see what you think, see what you're finding, and hey, subscribe. We'll keep doing this and see what happens. So with that, let's just jump right in. So I actually had some really good stuff that I found primarily, I guess, from my library bookstore. I have a great library bookstore. They still have limited hours, but found some really good stuff there. And they've started to put some shelves in the back in the main library where they're putting some 25-cent, and even they're doing like it's 25 cents or 5 for $1. So I'm actually finding some stuff on that too. So they used to do 25-cent sales like two or three times a year, but with COVID they haven't done that, and I think they've got so much stock, so I guess it's a good problem to have. So jumping in, here's a book I found. Actually, this was $1. I actually found this one at a thrift store, but it says 1966, and I don't have any sold comps on it, but this cover intrigued me. I found it on Amazon, listed for 20 to 30 bucks, and it's just like old paperback. Thought it was cool. I'll try it. I don't do a lot of fiction stuff, but I think this will be interesting just to see if there's a market for it. Then here's a great one. Bushcraft, got this for $1. This particular copy is like $12 to $15 sold comps. There's other versions of it that are $20 to $30, but this edition is $12 to $15. It's one of these kind of topics, somebody's doing wilderness survival. I see that kind of stuff. I always look it up. So Bushcraft, good find. All right, now here's a set of, it's not a set, but it's all these. So I got 4 books here on toothpick holders, and I paid $1 each for them. There's one. There's one. There's one. And there's one. And I probably will list these. I've got sold comps on all these, anywhere from 5 to 20 bucks. So I will probably, like this particular one here, I have like a $20 sold comp, but there's also like $10 sold comps. So I will probably put these together as a lot, and somebody that's wanting, to have books on reference books with photographs on toothpick holders, and they'll sell like that. So I may, instead of trying to like this one is only like a $5 book, so I'm gonna start doing it by itself. Just time-wise, it's easier for me to put them together. That's how I'll go for that one. Okay, here's one that says "From Then to Now: History of McCutcheonsville." I don't have sold comps on it, but I have list comps of 13 and 15 on eBay. This is a good pointer too. When you're listing this, and I noticed it on the listings that are active, people say from then till now, history of McCutcheonsville, but there's no reference of where is McCutcheonsville. Well, it turns out it's in Indiana. It's right outside of Evansville. So it's just a good case in point. If you're listening to this book by the title, the full title, including the subtitle, if you have room, and it may even be that you want to shorten some other things, but by putting the state and maybe a nearby city like Evansville, or you could just put Indiana history as another quantifier for this title, I think it opens it up to other, potential search, because unless someone is exactly from McCutcheonsville, if somebody's, it may open it up, say, for people that are interested in just Indiana history, but not necessarily McCutcheonsville would get them there. So just a good pointer when you're making your titles on your listings, how to maybe improve it. The 2 that are there, they didn't do that. There's 2 active listings for this book. They just listed basically what you see on the cover, but it's always just a pointer, stuff I look for. All right, here's one on ballistic missiles. Paid $1 for it. I have a sold comp for 15. I have list comps for 60 to 100. So I may actually list this one for like 25 and see what happens with a buy it now best offer. But definitely a sold comp at 15 for $1. It's not bad. Here's a Chilton's book on Porsche. This is this particular edition is let's see my cheat sheet here. It's sold comps for 15. These Chiltons, there's I've said this before. There's Climber. There's several of these. These are not the OEM. Now the OEM, like manuals on electrical or mechanical, those can bring bigger money. But these kind of everyday Chilton and Climber things, if you can get them at the right price, you know, I got this one. I can see how my library, I have to always erase this. It's for $1. $15, it's good. When I see things like on BMWs, Porsches, the more exotic kind of cars, not just like your Ford Escort, I don't even really look them up. I just get them. I know they'll sell for at least 10 or 12 bucks if I can get them for $1 or less. Here's another one, subject matter that it's this buck skinning 2. This is from Muzzleloader magazine. And what's funny, when I was at my library and I was checking out, the lady who was checking me out she pulled this one up and she goes, "Buck skinning, are you skinning some deer?" And I'm like, "No, I just wanted the book." And then the very next book was this one. She goes, "Oh, Porsche. Do you own a Porsche?" And I'm like, "No, just getting the book." So I think I disappointed her on why I was getting the books. Okay, these came off. Here's some Bruce Lee, 3 of Bruce Lee's fighting method books. I got these off the 5 for $1 shelf. They bring $5 to $6 a piece. You see them all the time individually or in a lot, and it's almost a direct multiplier. These will be $18 to $20 for 3 of them. I've even seen 3 of them sell for like $24. So good find since for 60 cents for all 3 of them. All right, Frisbee by the Masters. All right, now can you think what era this book is from? See the short shorts and the tube socks. Where would you guess? Would you guess something maybe in the 70s? Let's see. Oh, you'd be right. 1977. You got the nice beard, no shirt, nice short shorts, tube socks. I've sold this exact book and other Frisbee books in the past. I've had some that have been higher dollar, 20 or 30 bucks. In general, these books will bring 10 to 12 bucks. Easy sales. I got this one, you can see 50 cents. So good $10 bill. Bought it for 50 cents. Good return. All right. Here's a really nice, almost looks like it's unread, on the complete poems of Marcel Prost. I got a sold comp of, paid $1 for this, got a sold comp for $16. All right. Here's 3 more that came off of my 5 for $1 shelf at my library. And it's this advanced, it's living language, all right? And it's the, you can look here, it's the essential, intermediate, and advanced. You can tell that they're ex-libraries, but they're like unused. It says discard on them. I don't know, this stuff with the tape might come off. I might try it or I might just leave it because they're going to have, these were probably in the reference section, so they actually don't have cards and things, but regardless, these things almost look like they're unused. What's funny, this is the English or Chinese to English. Now, I say this is Chinese. When I list this, I have to put a disclaimer. I'm trusting this is Chinese because when I put Google Translate on it, it's identifying it as Chinese. All right. There are versions of this that are the English speakers trying to learn Chinese that can bring 50 to 100 bucks per book. This is going the other way. This is for Chinese speakers trying to learn English. And like I said, there's no marks. I was sold comp though on these 3 for 40 bucks. So again, on my 5 for $1 shelf at my library, this is a good return. 60 cents in it. If I can get 40 bucks, that's great. I'll clean them up, or maybe even not. Maybe just sell them as is. Even though they have these stickers, they look like they're brand new. Okay, Water Dog. All right, I think I've sold this one before. It's been in videos before. I see this all the time. This is this Richard Walters Rapid Revolutionary Method. He has Water Dog, Family Dog, Hunting Dog. There's like 4 books in the series, but I think this was his first one. I sell this all the time for like 10 bucks. You'll see them listed for, selling for 6, 7 to 12. This kind of condition, I'll usually list it for 10 bucks and have no problem. Sometimes when I get like other copies, like the Family Dog or the Gun Dog is one of them, I'll put them together as a set. But it's for, your retriever, labs and retriever kind of training. I've sold tons of these over the years. All right, here's one. Tech book. I actually paid $2 for it on derivation and martingales. And no sold comps. I see this on Amazon for 20 to 80. So it's, it's for $2. Maybe, maybe I can sell it for 20, maybe 30. But most importantly, I get to sell a book that's about martingales. And what's a martingale? So if you don't know what a martingale is, it's not a bird. It may be a bird, but it was popular it was a style of bedding in the 1700s, but mathematically, what a martingale is, if you care to know, is if you think about a sequence of random variables. It's a stochastic process for nerds out there. Where if you think about that, a sequence of random variables, it's like the expected probability from the next event in the sequence is the same as the current event, regardless of what's happened in all the previous events. Okay, so the non-nerd thing is a martingale is basically a coin flip for a true coin or fair coin. Every flip is heads or tails, 50% probability. If it's a fair coin, fair flip, then it's always 50%. The next one is the same as this one and there's nothing about all the previous flips that, that bias it. So that's a martingale. It was popular in the 1700s because you've probably heard it growing up. If you go to a casino or your betting strategy is you bet, and if you lose, you double your bet. And if you lose again, you double your bet. If you lose again, you double your bet. And you just keep going. Eventually you'll win. And then if you win, you'll win everything back, right? So that's why casino house limits are put on, or if the progression goes long enough, you run out of money. So it doesn't work. But it's real popular in France in like the 1700s. So more than you ever wanted to know about martingales. I've got a book if you want to buy it. Then I bought these two. Here, one's actually still sealed. It's NASA. It's the spin-off magazine. They call it a magazine. I think you say I paid $2 for that one. It's a hardback book, but it's about their technology transfer program. Okay, and it's the 2019 version and the 2020 version. These sell for $10-12 a piece. I'll probably put both of these together, ask $25 for them. Not big money since I have $2 in them, but it's cool NASA stuff. I like to sell at my store. All right. Then here's a Greek English lexicon. I'm telling you, you see these lexicons, buy them. This one's in great shape. Paid $1 for it. I think this copy, it's a Zondervan, will be like $20, maybe 25. But I tell you, when you see these, there are some of these that sell for $100 or more. I actually had a friend in California years ago that found one of these, probably about 3 or 4 years ago, and he emailed me, texted me, and said, "Hey, do you think this is right?" The lexicon he found was like the cheapest one he could find was on Amazon for like $1,000, and he ended up selling it for $800. So these lexicons can be, they can be really big money. This one, it's going to be a $20-25 book. Not bad. All right, here's a fiction. I don't do a whole lot of fiction, but I saw this one. It was cool. I'd never heard of this author. You can also see how my library puts like the month that they put it out. So they put this one actually out in October, and this little sticker just peels off. But this was, look here. It's inscribed by the author. I paid $2 for it. I'll have to erase that off. And I have a sold comp on this one for $20. So don't know anything about the author of the story, but it'll be a good one. All right, here's another one. Something I see that I'm like, when I see something like this, I don't even do comps on it in the wild, right? And I think I paid, again, that was 50 cents for that hardback. But you see, it's the Best of GCA Journal, okay? And what the GCA is, there's an association for the Garand Collectors Association. So the M1 Garand, look it up. One of the best rifles ever built, okay? So they're real collectible. We used them, our military used them for forever, right? So, but M1 Garand. Then here's the last one. I got this 1956 Webster's Dictionary. This is one that, has the nice things here. It has all the illustrations, it usually has some color things in the front. I paid $1 for this, all right? It's heavy, but I have sold comps on this exact edition, 1956, for 50 and $60. Some listings that are up to 100. So I think I'll be able to get 50, 60, $70 for this. Great return for $1. So it shows, there's some bigger ones too that have some nice leather binding. I found those, they cost $12, $15 to ship because they are heavy, but they're great return. I think people probably put them out, decorative, whatever, but I guess it's got more words than you'll ever know in it. So anyway, that's it. Lots of finds, good stuff this week. I got to get busy listing. So Hope you enjoyed it. Again, look forward to your comments. Subscribe, and let's just keep it going. We'll talk to you soon. Bye.